The snag with Algarve Beaches is the lack of shade, and since it gets seriously hot in the summer, that's a big problem. However, that makes October the ideal month to laze on the beach. It's as hot as a good English summer, but not unpleasantly hot, and some of the beaches are really nice. We particularly like the beaches over on the western Algarve. The eucalyptus trees smell lovely as you glide down from the Monchique hills. Then there's the smell of the pines and the scent of the herbs in the grass. It all mixes together into an intoxicating brew. We particularly like the beach at Carpintera. There are sandy mounds and agaves in all directions, as if we're in the Mexican desert. Then we drive into a small parking lot, and there before us is a small lagoon, with white sands piled high on the seaward side. The waters of the lagoon should be nice and warm for swimming, and the depth is only about half a metre, maybe a little more. But the wind was blowing then, and it was rather chilly despite the hot sun. This beach goes on for miles of wide, almost uninhabited sand. Where the rocks come down to the water, the waves crash with some anger onto them, as if trying to smash them to pieces. Just south of Algarve, there's another beach called Arifana. To get to it, you have to climb the hill to the seaward side of the village and ride along the ridge, then turn towards the sea, past the school and down into the village, go through the village, bear left down a steep hill which quickly changes to cobbles. This winds right down to the beach. There is a wide sand beach with big rollers coming in from the Atlantic. The houses are clutching to the hillside. It's not a place for those with dodgy legs. With a deep blue sky, blue sea, and no wind here, it was an ideal place to laze away an October day. The only snag with these places is the silly prices on the houses. People are asking €250,000 for small two-bed places. They'd be expensive at half that price. If you look at the prices of places in Sicily, which has a similar climate but with a warmer sea, you'll find properties at half these prices, and sometimes even less. You'd be mad to pay the prices asked in Portugal. They have a long way to fall. Ultimately, reality will have its way. On the way back, we stopped at Andre's for late lunch. Andre, despite the confusing name, comes from Hamburg and dishes up good German food. Julie usually has a Wiener Schnitzel, but I chose a stuffed pepper, and it was huge and delicious. We must do this more often. With that thought in mind, we went back a couple of days later. Further north is another beach called Monte Clerico. That is less spectacular, but easy to drive to, and the beach is wider and longer. You could have a beach tour, start the day at Carpintera, then move up to Arifana and spend the evening at Monte Clerico, with maybe a stop at Andre's for a fabulous evening meal. On our second day on the beach, we stopped for a curried chicken and an apple crepe with cream. Being a German bar, I can drink German beer instead of the acidic Portuguese lager. He stocks a slightly creamy beer from Munich. Very nice. Yes, we really must do this more often.